Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Forgan of stampwithnellie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in the UK, and today I'm taking part in the Inspire Create Challenges, number 115, which you'll see is that you can use basic black, basic white, and you get a free choice. So an interesting challenge. I don't think I've ever seen one where you get two colours and you get to choose a third one, which is fab. There's new challenges on this site every 2 weeks, and it is inspirecreatechallenges.blogspot.com, and some of my lovely friendly teammates are in the design team. So we have Hannah, Heidi and Verity, then Danita, Karen, Jo and Deb. So lots of inspiration on these challenges every couple of weeks. So this one I think actually runs until, let me just double check, runs until 10 p.m. on the 4th of May 2022. So if you want to take part, then head over to inspirecreatechallenges.blogspot.com. So I've got black, white, and my pop of colour is our new Tahitian Tide. So I'm going to be using the ink and the card, and I've also decided I'm using for the record, mainly because I really like it and I haven't used it very much and I don't really know why. So I've also picked out a piece of designer series paper, which is from the Abstract Beauty pack. This is 4 inches by 6 inches, but because I work in centimetres for my cards, I have trimmed that piece down. So my card base, Tahitian Tide, is 21 centimetres by 14.5 centimetres. I've got a piece of card for the inside which is 10 by 14 centimetres, because that's my normal layer size and I've got quite a few cut already. But for this piece I've left it at 4 inches, which is 10.2 centimetres, and I just trimmed it down to 14.2. So I've just got a nice neat little border around there, and I might put that little bit on there on the inside if I remember. But I'm going to do the large record first of all. I have Versamark ink here, and I've got this idea in my head and I'm just kind of hoping that it's going to work out. If it doesn't, then you won't see this video. So lots of Versamark ink on there, and pop that down, give it a little press. There we go, and lift that up. And then I've actually got black embossing powder. You could do it with clear. I have my black here. Okay, which I've got covered. That looks good. So I will heat set that. But I also want to do another little bit for the label on there. I am going to stamp that again with Versamark, but onto some Tahitian Tide. So I'm just inking up that relevant bit of the stamp. Pop that down. Play with that, and then I can just add that on there. It doesn't matter about the rest of it because I'm just going to be cutting out that little bit for the label. Just take that a little bit off, and then all of this excess powder can just go back into the pot. And we're done with that. Let me just put my lid back on there, and I will bring out my heat tool. Okay, so we've got our black embossing on the black card there, and for a second there I actually thought, and it must just be the light and the camera screen, because when I looked at it I thought, oh, have I used early espresso? But I've just double checked and it's not. It is most definitely basic black. So we've got this one, and I want to cut that with one of the layering circles dies. Now it's not the largest of the circles, it's the next one down. And this one I'm actually just going to cheat and use a 1-inch punch, which has long retired, but I'm guessing most of us will have a 1-inch punch. It's just that I want that to be different in the middle, to be the label of the record. So let me bring in my cut and emboss. Pop that on there. Oops, sticking to my fingers. Let me get a little bit of water. Hold it in place. Okay. And actually I'm going to cut a smaller circle at the same time. And this is where I'm hoping things will work. Okay, got that one, got that one. While I've got this here, I am just going to cut another circle, just in case. And hopefully all will become clear. To me, at least. So that's our die cutting done. Take that washi off there, and I can just put those dies back to the side. So I've got two slightly smaller ones, and I've got this one and that to go in the middle like that. Let me just glue all of those pieces together. Now, before I put the next bit on, I am going with my take a pick to just put a little hole through there, and I can put a little hole through that one as well. So I wasn't sure if it would go through all of those different layers. It would, I thought. That's what happens when you make things up as you go along. So we've got all of them through there. And I've got this piece that I want to put, and I think I want it off to the side. But before I do that, and I've got, we have these round and square brads that are white and black. So the square ones are quite big and the round ones are teeny tiny. So I'm hoping that that's okay to fit there. Yes, it is. Fabulous. So I want this to be able to spin on this card. The actual mechanics of it, I haven't quite decided on yet. So if I have that to the side there on my card base, and then I need my sentiment. So I'm going to do You're My Favourite Song. Grab a block. And I'm going to do this on scrap of white. And again, I'm going to use Versamark. Okay. And I'm going to get my black embossing powder back again. Do it fine. And I'm going to stamp that again, but this time, let me find my clear embossing powder. That's the one. So this time I'm stamping it in Versamark, then with the Tahitian Tide, pop that on, and turn that around so that I've not got any black on it. And got clear on that, so I need to heat set this now. Okay, so we've got, oops, sorry, we've got both of those nice and shiny. You can see that there. Okay, now I want to chop them up though, don't want to have two of them on there. So I'm gonna stick with You're My, just trim that down. Okay, so I've got You're My, and I want to have the Favourite in Tahitian Tide, just to bring in another pop of that colour. You're My Favourite. Song. So if I have that around about there, that should be good for me. Okay, so let me take that brad out. Bring in my pencil. Pop a wee mark there. That I can barely see, but I think that was it there. And again, using my ticky pick, just put a wee hole there. And then I can put that through that. So having those two smaller circles there gives it a little bit of an edge that you can twirl around. And I'm just going to open the brad at the other side, if I can get it to open. So small and delicate. There we go. Yay, love it. Now I did think that I might actually have to pop that up with dimensionals, and I don't, so I'm going to go for it like that. Just make sure that I've not got any glue anywhere round about there to foul up. So I'm just putting it round the edge of that. Bring my card base in. Pop that in place. Happy with that. Press it down, and that still turns nicely on there. Let me get my little glue so I don't get it all over my fingers. So I've got You're My, and I just chopped off that bit, and I've chopped off that bit, the other angle, just for extra interest. You could back this with something else, but I'm quite happy just to have this as is. You're my favourite song. And hopefully whoever gets it will realise that you can spin that round. Okay, and so just to finish it off, tie it in. Got that little strip that I chopped off. It's actually smaller than the one that I chopped off. Just a little strip. Pop that to the edge, like so. There's a little bit overhang at the end. Little snaps. Chop that off and pop that inside. Loving this new colour, Tahitian Tide. It's the first time I've actually used more than just a little strip of it. Isn't it gorgeous? And I think just having the embossing just steps up a pretty simple card that little bit. So I hope you've enjoyed this card. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I'd love for you to click on that subscribe button. Until the next time, take care. Bye bye.